Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing very well. So we are now doing my least favorite makeup of 2025, and I don't want to call it the worst makeup of 2025 because there's maybe someone out there who really likes these products, and I've seen so many people on my YouTube doing their kind of like best and worst of the year, and I know some of these are probably really good for some people, but again for me these just did not work. I don't have many products because I've not been using as much this year, but then to be honest, saying that, when I film my favorites of the year I know I'm going to have quite a lot, so it kind of doesn't really balance it out. But these products, there's like 7 products that I really tried to use, like to the extent of it working, and they just didn't work. But let me know what your kind of least favorite products of the year have been. I've been really intrigued if any of these have been part of it. So let's start off with 2 foundations, and unfortunately they're from the same brand. So Essence, I have 2 products from you guys. So this is the foundation stick, and I also have the natural matte mousse, and I don't think the mousse is brand new. It's been out for a while, but I tried it for the first time in 2025 and I really disliked both of these products. I really just wanted to give them a go, just because every time I use like a stick foundation it looks horrible on my skin. It really emphasizes all of my pores. I have very big pores, especially around my nose and my top cheek area, and I thought, let's just give it a go, because it was like £4.50. Essence are so affordable. They're like a brand that I really love. I actually did an order from just my look like the other day because there were so many products that I wanted to try, but these two I tried quite a few times separately and also side by side. There were 2 videos that I did where I tested them out, and neither time they look good. I even tried to use this with a sponge to kind of tap it on, or even with a brush. So when I kind of drag it on and blend it in, it just didn't work. It was so patchy. So every time I kind of used it, like, when you drag it on and then you blend it in, just looked really horrible on my skin, and especially the mousse as well. The mousse I feel like doesn't give me a very good coverage. It's meant to be like an even finish. I feel like it wasn't that at all. Like it barely kind of looked good on my skin, and that's very unfortunate because again I love Essence. Their foundations for me are very hit and miss. A lot of their kind of blushes and highlighters are amazing for me. I think some of their beginning products just don't really work, and that kind of goes into the next product, which is by Essence again. This is the only Essence products I promise. I'm not just hating on Essence because again I really love their products. It's just these products just didn't work so well. And the other one is the Correct and Conceal. This is an under eye brightening concealer. This just didn't do anything for my skin. I mean, they came out with a couple of different colors. So obviously you've got your green and your lavender and stuff like that. And this is in the shade 10 Light, and it just didn't look good on me again. And it's just very watery. And when I kind of blended it in, it just didn't look great, and especially my under eyes are very kind of wrinkly because I have very dark under eyes and I'm aging. I'm almost 40 in like I'm 38 now, so when I'm obviously getting older you're going to get wrinkles here and there, but the last thing I want is to kind of it congeal and look horrible. This didn't do anything for me, and I know it's a couple of pounds, it's not the end of the world, but when you are spending money you don't want to like pay for shit, if that makes sense. So that was the kind of only Essence products I have. But next we're going to go into some brands that I really love, but unfortunately, like I said, this year these products just did not work for me. This is by Revolution, so this is going to be no surprise to some people who have probably used this product, but this is their jelly bronzer in the shade Light Sunkiss. So when I first used this, it worked really well and nicely on my skin. I've used it a ton of times because I make social media content as like obviously like a hobby, but I'm part of their affiliate. I still use this quite a lot, and now it just barely shows up on my skin, and it is, oh, just dropped the lid. It is very unfortunate because in the beginning I liked it a lot. It looks like it's dried up. There's barely anything. There was that novelty around the blush, which they had obviously at the beginning, which is like their version of the milk one, and the blush one I like, but it's not like my favorite blush product, but at least that had some pigment. This really just, it lacks anything, and especially when I use it on top of my foundation, obviously when I want to use it, it's barely there. Like some of their bronzers in the past have been amazing. Their cream bronzer is really nice, and I've tried a lot of their powder bronzers as well, and they are really, really good. This is just not it for me. The highlighter is really nice as well. So if you want to use like the blush and the highlighter to kind of give you that really nice glow, that's going to work really nicely. But when it comes to this bronzer, it's just barely there. So if you want to try bronzer by Revolution, try their cream bronzer because it's super pigmented. So going into highlighter, this is again by Revolution, but this is part of their kind of Toy Story collection. So I picked this up part of a sale, and this is their Space Ranger, I believe it's called that, their highlighter. And I got this on sale, like I mentioned, but it's barely like, I don't know, it's meant to be like a speckle, like kind of highlighter where it's, I don't know, this will work so much better as like an eyeshadow topper or something like that. When I've used it as a highlighter, there's nothing there. And again, I got it on sale, so obviously that means I didn't spend that much money. I think I got it part of like when you're an affiliate, like you get to kind of have a voucher to buy products to use obviously for content, and this was part of it. But to be honest, even if I bought this with my own money or I got it for free or whatever, I still don't like it. Like it just doesn't benefit me in any way. Like I love Toy Story. It's one of my favorite Pixar movies. I remember one of my earliest memories is going to see it in the cinema because my aunt took me to see it, and I love Toy Story. I love all the movies. But then with the collaboration, it just doesn't give me anything, and that's super disappointing because Revolution can sometimes have really good collaborations. It's just this, I like the embossing because you've got Buzz on there, but that's as cute as it kind of goes. And I might try this as an eyeshadow topper, just to see if it will actually bring anything to the table, but as a highlighter, there's nothing there. So let's go on to another blush. So this is a blush and lip tint. So this is by e.l.f. and this is their Sheer Fruit blush tint. I really hate this. I've seen a couple of people talk about this being in their like least favorites of the year, and I have the shade, I think it's like Cherry Cola or something like that. The name has like gone off or just on the box, I don't know. So this is a blush tint, and it's also a lip tint as well. I haven't tried it as a lip tint. If you guys don't really watch my videos, I don't like using multi-use products on different parts of my face, just my own kind of hygiene thing, because my skin is so sensitive, and it's also very pigmented, like I have rosacea, so I don't like to use something that's on my cheek then on my lip, or vice versa, whatever. But then when I use this as a blush, it just did not blend out very nicely. It kind of stuck to my cheek. So if you're trying to like blend it out, I wouldn't advise doing that. It kind of, I don't know, when I put it on and then you know, you have to work super quickly to get it working and to kind of blend it in, it just stays there. So as a tint, it will not move. I guess in some circumstances that's a good thing, but in the beginning, if you can't blend it out, it's going to look horrible. It's going to look like there's just a dot on your face. And I think because it's so watery as well, it just doesn't do anything. And the color is a bit off-putting as well. It just doesn't work for me. And I think for me, like e.l.f. have been coming out with some pretty decent products this year. I did just film a video using their new highlighter, and it's pretty pants. Like you probably can see some of it, but it's not my favorite highlighter. That video is coming after my kind of yearly favorites, but this one is probably my least favorite product this year. And I know some people don't like their setting powder. I haven't tried that one, the Halo one. It's kind of a bit too expensive for me as a setting powder. It's like £15, and now that there's like bad reviews, I'm definitely not going to get it. Their foundation is probably one of my favorite foundations of the year. I will be filming that video very soon, obviously, so subscribe if you want to see some of my favorites, because some e.l.f. products will be there, but this is just pants. And then we've got my last product, which I'm very disappointed about, because this brand, I have tried pretty much everything they've come out with this year, and this is my least favorite product. So this is by NYX Professional Makeup, and this is their Smuutii lip balm. So the way that I've seen people use this, it looks amazing on them. It looks so good. Every time I try it, it looks horrible, and I don't know why. So this is meant to be a mattifying lip balm, which automatically for me sounds amazing. It sounds right up my street. This is in the shade Squeeze and Sizzle. when I use it, it's super patchy, and when I put it on again, it just starts to separate. It really kind of collects in the corners of my mouth, and I've tried it quite a few times and it just looks horrible. I think for me the silicone applicator is not it for me. I like the idea of having a silicone applicator to apply obviously like a lip balm or a lip product, but this just doesn't feel great on me, and it doesn't look great on me either. I haven't tried any other shades. Maybe if I try a different shade it might not look as patchy, because deep shades look patchier, if that makes sense. Like, and I feel like when I've built it up it just looks worse. So I don't know, it's just all the products that I've tried by NYX this year have been so good. Again, there's one or two products that I haven't used, like I haven't used their kind of new brow freeze kind of thing, and maybe one or two other things, but this is just not it for me, and I don't know if anyone else has tried this and had the same effect on it, but I really do not like it. So those were it. That was my least favorite products of this year. I know it's not many, but like I mentioned in the beginning, I haven't been trying many products, and the products that I kind of have tried I like quite a bit, and I'm not just saying that because I get sent stuff and I try things out, but I just, a lot of the time I spend my own money. Like I think I purchased at least 90% of these products, and I want to give my normal full review, and especially with stuff that have been given to me as well. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not that kind of person, so I just really wanted to tell you guys what I didn't enjoy, but what I do enjoy I will talk about in the future, and I'm super excited to film that because I like being positive. I've had such a negative year where I've been feeling like shit almost every day, and it's time for some positivity. Like I hope 2026 is going to bring you guys and myself some happiness, and you know, just because there's a couple of products that don't work for me, again it might work for you, and please let me know if any of them work for you. Have I been maybe using them wrong? It's probably a possibility because I'm not the best at putting on makeup, but it's a big hobby for me and it's a nice kind of escapism that I have sometimes. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe because I film and upload whenever I get a chance to. Don't forget to follow me on any of my social medias because I'm always active on there. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.